Alright, time for my first time for. Oh, fucking loud, isn't it? Christ in hell. Yeah, first time doing me recording on my desktop computer, what I have, rather than my laptop, my shit laptop that I hate and don't touch anymore. Except for when I need to read my emails, because I can't remember any of my email passwords and they're already plugged into my laptop, so that works out quite nicely that I still have it around. I've got to change the input on my screen to get my Xbox to appear, and it looks kind of shit now, and I don't know what that's about. But I did switch it to fucking widescreen mode. The brightness is bad, and the input looks bad, and it's probably going to turn out looking bad on the recording too, so I'm going to have a look at that. What time is it now? 14:50. And I can't see how long I've been recording for either, so I've got to pay attention. But other than that, everything's going pretty alright. I unlocked myself the Ford Focus Air Force Reserve. Was that last week or the week before, or even the week before that? It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. I'm not going to be able to see nothing. Let me close my blinds. And we'll get a move on. And fucking this whole episode is probably going to be me doing this one rally event, because the stages look like they're all going to be about 8 miles long. So I'm really excited. I'm pleased. I'm interested. Something else that I'm pleased and interested in. Well, mostly pleased about. Not necessarily. I mean, interest is a strong word. We'll go for pleased with. It turns out I'm not going to have to spend oodles of cash on fucking RAM or anything, because it turns out that you do not need 8 gigabytes of RAM to properly run an Elgato. In fact, you only need 4, which is what I have. But you do need a good processor, which is probably the edge that my desktop has over my fucking shit laptop that I hate and never want to touch again, except for when I need to read my emails, which is semi-often. Which, you know, is surprising considering no one fucking uses emails anymore, but, you know, what can I say? I'm an interesting guy. So I did a little bit of test recording. I haven't tried it with my Xbox One yet. Although actually I remember my Xbox One working better with the Elgato than the 360. I don't know. I tried, I recorded about 5 or 6 minutes worth of Grid Autosport, which, remembering back, oof, that's got to be about 2 years ago now. Remembering back to when I tried to Let's Play Grid Autosport, I had significant issues with the Elgato just packing up and, you know, glitching and being shit. And while I still blame the Elgato for that, I also have to blame my laptop as well, because my laptop just dumped all of its performance, you know, over the space of probably about a year. I mean, I've had it for a fair bit. I don't understand why it just dumped all its performance. It's not fucking mechanical, is it? It's digital. How it's not gonna have, like, the pistons aren't gonna start wearing. You know, I'm not gonna get clutch wear. You know what I mean? It's a computer. It either works or it doesn't, in my mind. So when it half works and fucking takes forever to do anything, that really pisses me off, because then I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah, so I will be able to record Xbox 360 shit, which means that me buying Need for Speed Carbon, Need for Speed Most Wanted, and Need for Speed Pro Street for the PS2 was a minimum waste of money. I mean, it didn't cost me very much, did it? PS2 games, come on. I can't fucking see where I'm going. It's dark as shit. I mean, it probably helps that I'm in bonnet cam, because I have the lights right in front of my face. But I mean, still. Also, what is it with a country's Air Force Reserve team having a racing vehicle? What's that about? Because in Britain, you have the Team RAF Reserves Kawasaki. Is that BSB or road racing? One of the two.
Over crest into long medium left.
Shit.
Opens.
Now that I've broken some of the lights, it's more lit up on the right. So I keep wanting to drive more to the right, thinking that that's straight.
Hard right. Medium right. Caution. Bump. Long easy right.
This car feels slow compared to, say, some of the others. Some of the loose cars, because in this game there are loose cars and tight cars, and some disciplines have, you know,
Easy right.
more than others. All of the ice racing cars. Alright, that's it. Fuck it. I'm switching back to third person view. I can't see what I'm doing. I can see even less of what I'm doing now.
Caution.
But at least I can tell where the car is,
Over crest.
more or less.
Easy left. Tightens.
This is ridiculous. I'm losing time.
Over crest.
I don't know why it might be because I switched it into widescreen and it just doesn't want to display properly, because now everything's really fucking dark.
Easy right.
Unless I could,
Crest.
I should probably turn up the brightness on my screen, to be fair.
Easy left.
That would make sense.
Caution.
I'm gonna keep whinging instead of doing that.
Tightens.
Also, the car keeps turning anytime I get near the edge of the road. Reset me! What the fuck are you doing?
Caution. Jump.
Okay.
Long easy right. Over crest. Tightens. Long easy left. Opens. Easy right.
Alright, now, concentrating. No, you go near the edge of the road and it just gets stuck.
Long easy left.
Fuck's sake.
Hairpin right.
Give me a fucking chance.
Long medium left.
There we go, we're getting some lights now. Alright. Things are speeding up.
Hairpin right. Caution. Bump.
Looking good, looking good. We're getting... Okay, nope, nope.
Easy
Spoke
left.
too soon.
Square right. Cut. Square left. Onto tarmac. Over crest.
This isn't the Dakar, you know. I could... You can give me some light. It's just a rally. You know, it's public road. It's not... We're not supposed to be going through the fucking desert. Rally doesn't necessarily mean off-road. I hope you guys realize that.
Easy right. Over crest. Tightens. Caution. Bump. Over bridge. Long medium left.
That's why there are tarmac rallies. You know, it just means
Opens.
there are it's not on, you know, purpose-built racetracks. That's what a rally is.
Easy left. Tightens.
You know what I mean? You all understand what I'm saying?
Long easy right. Opens. Keep right.
I don't understand why the driving from one stage to the other, to the next bit, to the next stage, counts as part of the rally. That seems like bullshit to me. Because you get penalised if you show up too early or too late. And I mean, I get that just driving on the road is part of driving a car, and rallies is supposed to be about getting around, I guess. Well, somehow I still won that. Well, that's pro difficulty for you, I suppose. This one's 2 miles shorter, and it's in the daytime. Should be right. By we, I said I. And you all have something to look at, I suppose. So will I. We'll all have something to look at. It's just that this bit is going to be easier for me, because I'm going to be able to see where I'm going. Which essentially translates to, I'll be able to see the tree that I'm about to crash into, instead of it just appearing. I was playing Burnout last night, the original Burnout. Let me tell you a little something about Burnout. Oh, well, I didn't play it for very long. Let me tell you a little something about Burnout. This car... Alright, everyone stop for a second. We'll talk about Burnout in a minute. This car, the Ford Focus Air Force Reserve rally car, is in Ford Racing 3. It's not a rally car in that game. It's one of the performance class, the road racing vehicles. Road racing cars. There aren't vehicles in Ford Racing 2. There's just cars. Ford Racing 3. There's just cars. I'm pretty sure it's the it's a performance car that's unlocked for you at the start of the game so that you can compete in events for the performance class with it, you know, where you unlock more of them. It's not very good. It's not a very good car in the game. But it has a completely different livery from this. In fact, I'm pretty sure they have a Colin McRae spec Focus WRC car in that game as well, which is probably why the Air Force Reserve isn't another rally car, because then there'd just be two Ford Focus rally cars, and what would the point in that be? You know, Ford is supposed to be an American company. They can't acknowledge the Focus. That's Ford. That's Ford UK. You know, that's Ford of Great Britain. You can't. Not allowed to do anything with that. Same deal with Honda Britain, when they used to have a 500cc Grand Prix bike. Then HRC could say, no, they don't represent us. They just sell our bikes to the filthy gaijin. Have you ever noticed how, you know, I guess it's an American thing, an American movie thing. When they go to Japan, and you know they focus on like one specific word that the Japanese have in the Fast. I might have talked about this before. I've probably talked about this before. This isn't exactly an original observation, but I'll tell you about it anyway. In Tokyo Drift, the one Japanese word that's very important to the continuation of the plot is gaijin. In the movie with Sean Connery in it, and the black guy whose name escapes me, I can't even remember what it's called. Oh well. I can't remember what the word is in that movie either. I'm just... And Black Rain. I can't remember what the word is in that movie either. But it just seems like a trope. You know? Tsukiga Kirei, if we're going to do Joe's Anime Hour, because we always have to do Joe's Anime Hour. Tsukiga Kirei is a shit show for shit dudes with shit taste. And, you know... Fucking Shamey needs to fuck off, rating it so high. It's not a 7. It's not good. It's very bad. And that's that. I wanted to watch A Hill in Korea, the first movie Michael Caine was credited in for acting in, but you know, you can't find a torrent of that anywhere. So I watched John Wick 2 instead, which is better than the first one. But the movie I watched after that, if we're going to talk about sequels better than the first one, the movie I watched after that fucking beats John Wick into a pulp, right? Die Hard 3, aka Die Hard with a Vengeance, is by far the best Die Hard movie, and I haven't seen them all. I've seen Die Hard 1, 2, and 3. Okay, Die Hard, well, just Die Hard, is like, I don't really care. You know, Adam's always like, oh, but no, that's what it's all about. You know, it's about him on his own. You know, I get that, but like, I don't know, it's like not great. You know what I mean? And Die Hard 2 sucks. I feel like Die Hard 2 opposes, you know, morally, it opposes, you know, like uncontrolled and, you know, journalism free of the poison of the bullying of we'll call them shadow interests, you know, the journalist guy who just wants to let people know about the terrorists planning to, you know, fucking save a guy. I can't wait. What was the guy? Was he? He wasn't a communist, was he? He like. I'm struggling to remember the plot of Die Hard 2. The big guy, the guy that the Marines go bad to rescue, and then explode. And the Marines explode too. He like, yeah, he opposed a communist revolution in his country. Unfortunately lost because the US stopped spending on his, you know, his opposition to a hostile and violent communist takeover. And then, you know, as he's trying to escape, well, the commies send him to America to be imprisoned for quote-unquote war crimes, I think. But, like, you can't commit a crime against a communist. You know, killing a communist isn't fucking killing a communist. It's like spraying an insect, you know, with bug spray. They're not people, alright? Let's get one thing straight. And then for the crime of trying to stop fucking commies, he ends up getting exploded. What's that about? I don't understand Die Hard 2 at all. I disagree with it on just about everything that happens. And also the action's okay, but like, I don't know, it just feels kind of bloated. It goes on for quite a while. But Die Hard 3 is great. Right? Die Hard 3, if Die Hard 1 is okay, Die Hard 2 is very bad, then Die Hard 3 is great. You know, I love Die Hard 3. I don't know what to say. Especially, like, I like it when, this is probably because Metal Gear has ruined me, but I really like it when stories have twists in. Like, it looks like the baddie's doing one thing, but he's actually doing something else completely. Sleight of hand, you know. Like in, like that scene in Dukes of Hazzard, the movie with Johnny Knoxville. Because I haven't actually seen any of the original TV show, because I cannot be fucking asked to sit down and watch long-running live-action shows. I can barely watch long-running anime. You know, I'm not going to sit there through 70 seasons of fucking shit TV acting. You can fuck off with that. Point is, when it's revealed that what Simon Gruber is doing has nothing to do with anything that he's been doing so far, except that it's a distraction plot, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then he was doing something way bigger than, you know, setting off poxy little bombs in, you know, children's play parks. If I can get out the deep snow and get some speed up again, I can maybe keep talking. Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot. I also watched The Legend of Boggy Creek, that faux documentary from 1972 about the three-legged fucking hairy thing. I don't know, it got on a bit, you know what I mean? I feel like if I'd have seen that, if I'd have watched it like pre-internet, or like, You know, if I was... Oh, an A110? Sick. The real A110, not the fucking shit remake that they came out with. You know what I mean? Ugh. There we go then, all done with Pro. Now there's just Champion, which is even more events. And the Super Rally is going to be less events, but they're going to be really fucking hard, aren't they? Ugh. Ugh. Oh well, Hill Climb, next week. Be there or be square. Legend of Boggy Creek, I don't know, kind of boring. If I'd have watched it at a point in time, you know, where it was, say, believable, then I think I'd have liked it definitely a lot more.